And there we are. It's us.
There we are.
It's Shenanimegans.
It is. And we're actually on a Monday for once.
Yeah, that's the real the shenanigans right there.
Yeah.
And audio issues probably.
Probably.
Hopefully audio is okay. It's hard to tell when you have a new mic.
Yeah.
I might be quiet. I hope I'm not too quiet.
Yeah.
My levels might just be showing quiet, and I might be like screaming for anyone watching.
Who could say? We'll never know.
I mean, I could let it echo for a second.
I mean, I can turn it on too.
That's true. It won't echo then. All right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It sounds fine.
Okay. Cool. Audio.
Okay.
Audio issues right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's
Or
like
lack of issues, rather.
It's like we never stopped streaming. They just keep coming.
Oh.
So, we're here today with a very special episode where we'll spend all 2 hours explaining in depth every scene from Endgame and spoiling it head to toe. So first off, Ant-Man shows up.
Oh no.
Have you seen Sarazanmai? It's basically that, but Ant-Man and Thanos. That's all you need to know.
Pretty much. Yep.
Wait a second. I stole that joke from Giga. Don't sue me.
Oh, jeez.
He put out a new video today.
Oh, joke thief. Okay. Did you see the thing where scientists calculated if Ant-Man would actually be able to do that?
I did. It's like he could, but he would also be crushed in the process.
Yeah.
But it's like, we don't know what his suit's made out of. What if it's some like weird durable titanium crap that can withstand the pressure?
Yeah.
Right?
True. Very true. Oh boy. Let's stop talking about Thanos' butt. Yeah.
Thanos' butt and Ant-Man's brave sacrifice.
Yeah. Let's talk about the news instead, because we actually have some this week.
You mean anime news?
Sure. Yeah, anime news.
I actually think there's like a manga of Avengers that's like ongoing right now.
Almost surely.
So we're definitely still anime adjacent.
Yeah.
Alright.
Speaking of manga.
Speaking of manga, there's the transition. Hey!
Yeah, the Eisner Awards are coming up, and they've announced their nominees, and there's a couple of manga things up for stuff.
These are good nominees.
Yeah, this is for the Best U.S. Edition of International Material-Asia Award. 4 of them are manga, one of which is Laid Back Camp. Yep. That's the only one I know.
Laid Back Camp is very nice releases, but they're overpriced because fuck Yen Press, so it can't win the best U.S. edition of international material because it's like $3 or $4 more than every other volume. And I say this having just bought volume 5, and I will talk about it when we talk about what we've done this week. I'd actually say Abara is the best release because it's the complete all-in-one in a nice hardcover with a really nice bind. The others are just kind of generic paperbacks.
Yeah. Like, I wonder how much of this award takes that stuff into account and how much of it is the work itself.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot is also the translation work because they're listing all the translators. Laid Back Camp has some translation issues. Some of the dialogue it's just written in a way where you sometimes have to read it like 3 times. It's like, oh, okay, I get what this means now. It looked like there was an extra word there because of phrasing. There's some stuff that's nice, like they add people's like accents sort of, which is really nice. But I did in the volume I was reading, they're like, oh god, what were they saying? It was when they were done workers right away. It was really weird to me because you'd expect them to be like, hey, good work today, right? That's what you'd expect them to say. Let me find what they actually say.
Yeah,
because it bothered me so much. Oh yeah, it's like good stuff working.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, the rest of it wasn't too bad, but that one line was really off.
That's weird.
That alone should stop it from winning the award. Nadeshko, good stuff working. How was the job?
Oh, that is weird. That's
Oh, yeah,
weird.
see, right? The phrasing's so like it feels like they went super literal there, which they don't on the rest of the volume, which is what throws me off. I'm like, what? This is why you don't do super literal translations. They end up like good stuff working, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Who says that?
Mm, weird. So, anyway, the we have one other news story this week.
All right.
Let's move on to that one. We have Magnificent Kotobuki is getting a manga adaptation,
And
which I'm excited about because that was a good show.
the link gave me a 505 error.
Oh, nice.
Let's try again.
Oh, great.
Alright, 500 internal server error. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Alright, well we
Oh,
can just... Oh, there it is. There
yeah.
it is.
Okay, good. But yeah, the I think the two people working on it were also involved in making the show itself, so I believe that's true. I believe I've read that somewhere.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll
So yeah.
do a full manga, if it's gonna be like a tie-in or like one of the... Something like Kill la Kill where it just covers the first 3 episodes or so.
Yeah, I wonder.
More like tie-in, like Little Witch Academia that has some main plot points because they need to for it to make sense, and then some that are just like tie-in extra episodes.
Hmm.
But that also only goes up to like the first third of the series or something.
Yeah, I wonder. They'll say it's already began publishing, so that seems like notable information, but I don't know that it's in English anywhere yet.
Yeah, it's launching on the Shonen Jump Plus app, which is that not?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna Google Shonen Jump Plus and see what happens. The first thing that came up was viz.com, so...
Yep.
And the second thing is a Japanese website of shonenjumpplus.com.
Latest
So,
3 chapters. Ooh.
oh right, we looked at this at one time. I remember this.
No. Oh, I'm on the other site, aren't I?
You're on
Shonen Jump.
viz.com.
Yeah, viz.com is Shonen Jump, which gives you all of Viz's Shonen Jump like
Yeah.
backlog.
Yeah.
But I think there was the other site too, right?
I don't know anymore.
Ooh, Ruby's up to 6 chapters now.
Oh.
And they're still putting World Trigger on here, even though they weren't when I originally moved over. And I'll have to subscribe so I can finally back read. Wait, up to 173 free. Damn it, no. No, I have to back read like to 161. You assholes. It's only like $2. I can do it. I can actually catch up on World Trigger.
Nice.
I'm so happy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, before they started doing this update to their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say, but I can't. Oh, yeah, I wanted to find that other site again, but I forget what it's called. It's like Manga Plus by Shueisha.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually reading a manga on there I always forget about because it's not on my anime list yet.
Oh.
So if I see it, I'll remember to mention it. Because, yeah, this has, like, more new stuff that's out in Japan right now, I think. It also has Spanish stuff on Manga Plus. But I don't think you can read, like, the backlog properly.
Oh.
Yeah, you still can't read anything between, like, Chapter 3 and 224 of My Hero Academia. There's just, like, this huge chunk in between. It's like, it's not viewable on this service right now. It's like, is it ever going to be? I don't know. But yeah, just to mention it before I move on, I completely forget. I've been reading Heart Gear.
Yeah.
2
Heart
chapters
Gear.
out. It's pretty cute. It's about a human girl and a droid. And the droid gets murdered by another droid, and she's saved by another droid named Chrome, and they're off to go try to find a new body for Zet, the first droid, who was destroyed because his black box was intact. And she's like the only human around, and it's very cute. I love the designs. It's by the creator of Black Torch, which the designs are the best part of Black Torch. Everything else is super generic. This sort of fixes that a bit. It has an intriguing, interesting plot. it's nothing too new and amazing, but it's at least different enough that like it's not anything we've seen too much lately. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Cool.
There's a cool robot maid in the second chapter.
Nice.
Yeah, robot maid who can kick the shit out of things. But yeah, I had to mention that because I've forgotten for like 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
Because it's not on Mal yet.
Nice.
Anyways.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, we can just get right into it. Because the only thing I was going to say about Mangas and Kotobuki is that it's good, and I want to read the manga. So yeah, just we can go into what you've been reading and watching and stuff.
Right, well, I mentioned Hard Gear. Woo.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch anything. I've been watching a bunch of comic videos about comics because I really like comics.
Yeah.
Really been getting into them. I've read a bunch of comics. I actually, at my local comic store, they have the original releases. Not all of them, but they have a bunch of the early issues of Gunsmith Cats.
Yeah.
That I love the OVA of. I mentioned it before. I'm getting the Blu-ray once that Kickstarter finishes. But so the manga has 75 chapters.
That's a lot.
Dark Horse was putting monthly chapter issues out between 1995 and 2001.
Wow.
I don't know if they put out every single issue, but they have a bunch of that and Riding Bean at my local comic store, and I want to start picking them up. I'm also like, it might be cheaper to just like hunt down the regular volumes, which for some reason Dark Horse was like, we put it out in 9 volumes. I was like, but it's 8 volumes. Why would you not just put it out in 8 volumes?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
But they're also incredibly hard print, so.
Oh, yeah. This might be kind of hard to find.
They put out some 4 omnibus volumes.
Mm.
Still really hard to find because they've been out of print since 2007.
Oof.
Ooh, it also was serialized in British magazine Manga Mafia.
Oh.
Maybe that's easier to find.
Maybe.
The Dark Horse release retained the original Japanese right to left reading format and removed certain scenes with sexual content.
Mm.
With the approval of the author, though.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably to make it easier. Because, probably had to deal with the Comics Code Authority.
Yeah.
North America, or whatever, at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave permission, so that's not the worst. And you know, if it's just like taking out, like censoring the breasts a bit, not a big loss. If it's taking out entire like pages and panels, that would suck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to pick it up that way now. I mean, it's a neat like piece of history, sort of. Back when they were still published like they were comic books.
Yeah.
I have the first volume of Record of Lotus War, the Grey Witch. The CPM manga releases are like the oversized, large, like comic book trade paperbacks. I had the first of those. There's 3. I've never been able to find the other 2.
Oh.
Which is why I was super excited they put out the light novel, so I can finally actually know what happens. Because
Nice.
that came out in like 2000 or 1990 or something. But yeah, so comics have consumed my life a bit. Just a tiny bit. I got really lucky because I picked up Naomi, and I got Naomi issue 1 before it got popular, and now issue 1, even though it's only like 4 months old, is like going for $80 online.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No one pre-ordered it, so it had a super limited run, and suddenly it's like super popular. I was like, ah, shit. I missed out. And I'm like, sucks to be you. But yeah, so I have been reading a bunch. So I've been working on catching up on my backlog of books, and then I have to catch up on my backlog of shows I bought as well. I haven't done that as much.
Yeah.
Because I always get so lazy when I try to like move my setup to my large TV to watch on that. But that's how I like. That's the only way I watch stuff anymore. I have to like change a bunch of cords around and then move them back to like connect back to my TV.
Yeah.
I finally set it up So right now I can't stream right now because my splitter I use for streaming is currently set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I either take the cable from my second monitor, my Switch, or my PS4 and put it into the splitter to automatically split to the big TV, just like as an extension cord, so I don't have to climb behind the TV because I can't get behind it. It's the dumbest way to do it, but
Hey, whatever works, you know.
I should just figure out and like I should at least put the PS4 on its own setting because it's behind the TV anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've been reading. Actually finished a bunch of stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I finished Sasam series, which is fun. So first I got Nanan Bioi Volume 11
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I'm staying caught up on. It's one I don't let myself fall behind on, and it was fun. It felt a lot thinner than other volumes, and not as much happened, which is a bit unfortunate. We were introduced to a new character, but not the biggest fan of them.
Oh.
But we got some nice backstory of some other characters. That was fun, like them as younger kids.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's still fun.
Nice.
I need more Hotaru being a useless gay, because when I was a child, I was a useless gay and didn't know it. So seeing seeing kids like that, it's like it's so relatable. It's like that was me. That was me.
Oh.
But yeah, yeah, that was fun. I finished My Ball finally. The last few chapters had been out for a while, but I finally went and read it. It had a better ending than I expected, but then it also randomly brought back up the fact that they're like love rivals for this guy that they kind of forgot about for half the series. And it's like just a one-off, like I'm still fighting you to get his attention, and then they like go out to go, like it skips them going to their practice match or to their actual match, and it's like, yeah, I'm with you all the way, partner. It's the two girls love rivals walking onto the field hand in hand. I'm like, why don't you just make it gay? Like it could easily just be gay. Just why do you keep like I think so many people saw it and it's like this is really gay, and it's like no, this is sports. I have to reaffirm that straight. And it's like you didn't have to do that. That's an ongoing theme you'll see with how some of these ended. But it had an alright ending.
Yeah.
I liked how it's set up for the what happens after and just like flashback stuff. It was nice.
Cool.
I do think this is a fun series, and I'd love to see it animated or brought over, but it probably never will be. I'm curious what the author's going to do in the future, because they haven't done anything since. They worked on the Mao-yu anthology. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, the anthology's probably better than the actual one. But yeah, they did like a bunch of like some high school fighting thing, real about high school, which they just did the art for. And then like Jam, which I think was another basketball thing, and Zero In. Yeah. No, Jam is like a CIA thing.
Oh.
Which it's two girls again. Like all of their stuff is like vaguely gay. This was a 1-volume manga from 1994. Jeez, there was a huge section where they did Zero In for like
A very long time.
yeah, 2003 to 2011,
Oh, yeah.
which is a bank heist.
Huh.
But it's a boy with paramilitary and idol girls fighting over him or something, or with him. I don't know. It's 12 volumes, so it must have been popular.
Yeah.
But that is 12 years over 8 years, and then like My Ball, even though it kind of slowed down in the end, was like I guess 7 years for 16 volumes. Clearly upped the work. Oh my god, the serialization is Young Animal.
What? Young Animal?
So that's the same name as a DC imprint. That's so funny to me. Oh my god. Fugatsu no Lions on Young Animal. Nanato Kaoru Berserk is on Young Animal. But Young Animal is like DC's Gerard Way curated like section. That's so
right.
funny to me. All of this was done by Gerard Way. All of it. Hmm. There's actually a bunch of Yuri on here. It
Nice.
should have been gay. Damn it. But yeah, so finished that. It was alright. Then I finished Complex Age. I finally read the second half. I've had it for a while. It's one that's not the easiest to read constantly because it's like it's kind of heavy and deals with really relatable themes that our kind of age and looking at fandom. It ended in a way I didn't expect, but I thought the ending was pretty good still, though it suddenly threw in a random romance, which, as I said, ongoing theme, is really weird to me that they did that, because I'm like, I thought this dude liked the other girl, like, this entire time, and then it's like these two, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like it was set up properly, but I don't know if that's how
Well,
they planned to end, or if it was just kind of, because it did feel a bit rushed, but I still like the way they did it nonetheless, but
yeah.
it's still a pretty good series. I think it's a very, very good series for being relatable in how, you deal with hobbies and fandom later on in your life, and whether you want to keep it up, whether you want to drop it for like other hobbies, whether you want to try to turn it into your like a business and make your living off it, like the different paths you can take. Are you doing it just for fun? Are you a perfectionist? Are you? It kind of covers all that stuff, which is it's a nice series. I'm glad I own it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And then I finished Half and Half because there's one chapter I didn't read yet. It was The ending was really weird. They like made it be like, oh yeah, the trans girl's not trans, but then is at the end. It was like, oh, he cut his hair and is like wearing not skirts again and complaining about them, and it's clearly he's like detransitioned for her sake. But then it's like, wait, but she actually is still transitioning and says like, I can't be a guy. And it's like, make up your mind. I'm so confused by the ending. It's so I think it might have been a translation issue, but
Yeah.
or just really clumsily done. It's like, I guess they're still trans and ID as a woman, but they're going like more androgynous so they can pass as a male to like get less weird looks from people. I don't know. It's
Weird.
it's not clear at all. It's a mess.
Yeah, that sounds messy.
The entire last 2 chapters is so dumb.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's bad. It's just like really cliched, like, she likes this guy because I turned her down. I need to go save her from this guy, and the guy genuinely liked her. But the guy who's like this rich guy who's being played up as the villain's like, well, if you two like each other, and you like her more than you like me, then go be with her. I guess that's fine. Like, he's actually a pretty decent guy about it, and like not a villain at all. It's just like, I don't get what this is trying to say. What is the message here? It's such a mess.
Weird.
Yeah. That's what happens pre-2010.
Oh, yeah.
There were some more chapters of Imori 201 translated. There's only 3 left.
Oh.
It's I don't know why I started reading this or why I'm still reading this. It's been like years. When did I start reading this? 2015. Good God, it's been 4 years. It won't end. I'm just stuck in the long haul. This is like ecchi, just pure trash.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. I don't really recommend it. I feel like there's something else. Oh yeah, the author also did Chikoten Kaworu, which...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that, though I don't think the scans are done. And I like Chikoten Kaworu. I think that's... Actually, no, I started reading Chikoten a year later, so... That's not even why I started it. I don't know.
Oh. Huh.
The main characters look almost the exact same between the 2 series, too, though.
Yeah, when I saw you bring up the MRE 21 201 page. I was like, oh, is that thing of the girl with the headphones? And it's
Yeah,
not.
no.
It's like, oh no, that's such a thing.
This author just like Imori is like a 20-year-old who wants to be a high school girl, so she
Yeah.
constantly dresses up like one, and then Chikoten is like the voice fetish. Like this dude just has really specific, weird, etchy fetish
Yeah.
things. But Chikoten actually has a pretty interesting, decent story on top of it, unlike Imori. So
Yeah.
Imori's just there for the sake of it. It's trash for the sake of trash.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Um, yeah, so almost done with that finally, and I'll be free. Um, I read the last chapter, Shiori wa Segasu Page Tachi, or Page in Search of a Bookmark, which was a Yuri I was reading that the last chapter, like, whoever is translating it just dropped it forever.
Oh.
And then, like, months later, someone got their odds from them and translated it, but their translation is not good.
Oh no.
So I read the last chapter, but it's really awkward. The wording was incredibly awkward, and I guess it ended fine. It's a fine series. It's weird. It's got some dark, weird stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's done.
Huh.
I finished it. Finally read that last chapter, so. And
Cool.
yeah, I mentioned Eurocamp. I got Volume 5 in the mail, so I read that. Volume 5 was a bit of a letdown. After bringing all the girls together, it goes back to a bunch of them doing like their own thing and just talking over the phone.
Oh.
So there's not as much interactions, which are always fun. It's still not bad. Like, their own thoughts are nice, but it's really awkward. There's not a lot to it. Like, it feels like they could do another chapter or two, but the back's just filled with all the like 4-panel gags.
Oh yeah.
Usually each volume has like 4 or 5, but this had like 15, and it just
Oh.
took up so much room of the volume. I was like, this is really weird. This doesn't feel right, but it just felt kind of like a filler volume, I guess. It was still comfy, but I would have liked a bit more meat than the candy I got, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Homestuck's out there crying because fuck that prologue. You tried too hard and went too far.
And in the end.
You made it stop mattering.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, anyways. Then the last thing I read, which I read just before you started, 2 chapters of Sekai de Ichiban Tadashii Kyuuketsuki no Kaikata.
Mm.
It's trash. You know what that stands for?
What?
The bestest method of vampire breeding.
Oh boy.
Oh
That-
boy. What have I
Oh.
gotten myself into? So in a world where vampires and humans make contracts, but that makes the vampire pets. Yeah, I'm sure vampires like that. So this vampire is like, I want this specific Shinigami blood because it'll make me all powerful. That's what this dude who works for me says, because I'm like a super powerful, like, queen basically. So she finds this dude who like really wants a vampire pet, but it's his older sister who has the blood. So she drinks the older sister's blood, and then the guy's like, I just found out. Yeah, information is wrong. You're actually fucked. You drank her Shinigami blood, and now that's the only blood you can drink. Oh no, so now you're stuck with them, and then also because Shinigami blood, she can't be affected by vampire powers, so she's just like forced to live with them, but they don't really make her a pet or do anything. Like, there's weird stuff. There's a bunch of weird, slightly sexual kink stuff thrown in randomly. It feels like a gag manga, but then throws in like weird sex gags occasionally. I'm just like, what? I've only read the first 2 chapters. There's only 11. Only 7 are translated. I'm trash. I like vampires. There's been the occasional gay moments between her and the sister. That's what I want. I don't know why the guy's here. He could just leave. They like the synopsis makes it sound like the guy's the main character, but he does nothing through any of it so far. He's doesn't need to be in this story at all. He's only there to be like, no, it's not gay. I swear. It's I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I had some time to kill before he started, and I just happened to see him like, that sounds trashy as fuck. I like vampires though.
And it turns out you were right.
Yeah.
It was.
This was my week of reading trash because I also read Imori. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
there was also God, what is it called? There's one I didn't update. There was actually two things. There's a new chapter of Bloom Into You out, the first of volume 8, and volume 8 I believe is the last volume.
Oh yeah, that got announced this week that it's the final volume.
Yes. So chapter 40 came out. It's the first chapter of it. Things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to seeing this last volume play out.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not going on too long, and I kind of expected it to end soon with the way it was kind of going the last few chapters. They'll definitely have enough to make a second anime if they want to, and I really hope they would, because they never finish when a Yuri has to be 2 seasons. They never get the second season. I really hope they get the second season.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, such a good show.
Yeah,
Good
and then
manga.
there is I haven't actually been updating that. I've been reading Sekai de Ichiban Opai for a while. It still says I've only read like up to chapter 22, but I think I've actually read up to like 27.
Which
There's a new chapter
thing
out
is
today.
that?
That's the sort of Yuri with the girl who likes big breasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a new one out, so I read one of those. Yeah, it's trashy.
Nice.
Speaking of trash. Do they have Oni-chan is done for on here? No, so there's also a web one that's like a little sister who's a genius turned her bigger brother into like an elementary school girl. Which is really funny at times and then somewhat creepy at times. But at least it's like self-aware, and he's like, I was like a college student. I need to like go the fuck away from these kids that think I'm their age. Like, I should not be here. But then at times, even though they're self-aware about it, they still do stuff, and it's like, god damn, it's trashy. It's more of just like the dream that that you could go back and actually go through school as a girl. That's what keeps me reading it, because it fills my awful fantasy that I could have transitioned before elementary school. Oh well.
Yeah.
I am who I am. It's actually awful at times, but also really funny and good at times. It's one of those series. It's anime at its farthest.
Yeah.
It's the most anime. But yeah, that's about all I read. There was, though, one last thing.
Oh.
Which is a little preview for my whole video coming out probably tomorrow.
Ooh.
There was a book sale.
Nice.
I got a lot of stuff very cheap. But I ended up spending way too much money because I got too much stuff too cheap. I got 23 fantasy books and sci-fi.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Ranging from like under $1 to $2 each.
Nice.
That's still a lot of money, but it's a lot of books. But
yeah.
I also found a ton of manga, and I just picked up a bunch of old like random volumes of. Actually, I got 2 Vampire Hunter D like novels, but I'm not gonna say all the titles because spoilers. But I got a bunch of like 2000s like mecha stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually found a volume of Jing.
Oh,
so
really?
I just randomly have volume 6 of Jing now because there's like $3.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's cool. Though I don't know if I'll go hunting for the others or not. I was more interested in the art because you kept talking about it, and yeah, there's necks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it's something.
Yeah, and then I also, relevant here, I found volume 3 of Gun Parade March. There are only 3 volumes of it.
Huh.
Because, yeah, so I did some research on Gun Parade March without looking at spoilers.
Yeah.
It's actually based on a 2000s PS1 game.
Oh, awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
And then there was a 3-volume manga made based off of it. So I need to find the first two. If three's out, clearly the first two came out. It's
Yeah.
published by ADV, so definitely really out of print. Might be hard to find. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna have it, but I can't read it because it's just all spoilers probably.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, because it's the whole last section. Whoops. But
That's funny.
yeah,
That's really good.
it's really funny that I saw that there. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll pick that up.
Yeah.
I'll compare the end of the manga to the end of the anime once we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got some other stuff which will be seen tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Look
Some
forward
of
to
this
that.
stuff I don't know why I picked up because I'm like, when am I ever gonna find the rest of the volumes to this? This one looks somewhat vaguely gay though. I know it's not, but it's like vaguely gay mecha.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But just a
Yeah.
whole bunch of weird 2000s mecha stuff that's all out of print, and I'll never find the rest of the volumes. It was a horrible financial decision, really.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did find some comics too. They had some comics.
Ooh,
I got
nice.
the first Savage Dragon, the first Youngblood, which are two of the very first, really early on Image comics when Image was formed by like the founders. They're not really worth much because of how many were printed, but it's cool to own just for like that historical
Yeah. That is cool.
stuff. Yeah, and then I also found some Static comics, Static Shock.
Nice.
Yeah, the 1993 Static comics, and I guess the people who are selling it, because there's this random book sale, didn't check the comics right,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't notice when buying them, but they had 2 comics to a bag for the Static comics, none of the others, just the Static.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up actually getting like 6 comics for the price of 3. So I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. I got a bunch of Static.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah, they're not really worth anything, but Static's cool. I want to find more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was that. I
Cool.
don't mind talking about. That's actually going to be a comic video that'll come out Wednesday.
Nice.
Plus the other stuff I found there. There wasn't too
Mhm.
much more, but I don't think that's a huge spoiler. I don't think most of the people watch our podcast actually watch the comic
Yeah.
episodes, which I knew. Episode 2 comes out Wednesday.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I have to record so many videos. Haul tomorrow. Weekly comics thing Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be comics in the hall though because there's the con I get to talk about. The Curse Con and what I picked up there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
Cool.
be fun. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've done.
Yeah.
And then gone on Kijiji and am trying to get some Batgirl comics from a guy right now. Off
Nice.
screen, you can't see it, but it's happening.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mhm.
I guess for me then, I haven't been doing much this week. Haven't read or watched a whole lot.
Nice and lazy week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
one more
Mhm.
thing I forgot about.
Yeah.
DC Kids, their YouTube is like doing some like Heroes Week thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just like airing random short cuts from different episodes,
Yeah.
like live streaming. I think it might still be going on. But they also put up like tons of, you know how people like put bests of episodes of like TV shows up?
Mm-hmm.
DC Kids just has a whole bunch of that for their shows, which is funny.
Weird.
But I happened to click on it by accident. It was like recommended because they're looking at like some Teen Titans thing. At the
Mhm.
time, it was playing like an episode of Teen Titans Go, and I
Yeah.
nearly cried because it
Aw.
was like it was oh, what's her name? I think she's Ravager now. I don't know if she still is. Rose Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
Starfire, Raven, Jinx, and Terra working together. And Raven has this thing where it's like, I just wanted to hang out with a bunch of cool girls that I thought were cool. And it's like, first off, Raven,
Aw.
that's gay as shit. Second of, all of these villains all deserve Like the three villains all deserve redemption, and the fact that Raven can go, "Oh, you're cool," it made me so happy. I'm like, I've never watched Teen Titans Go in my life, but now I have to.
Oh,
And it's like, oh yeah, this is it recommended from their all girls night segment. So I started watching that, and they do like little shorts in their episodes where they do girls nights once in a while. And, like the first one is them like springing Jinx out of prison to go like have a girls night out. And then there's like a whole bunch with like Raven hanging out with Rose, and it's like there's tons of gay subtext in those episodes. Yikes. And then there's like she banishes Tara to a trash dimension, and I always joke about Tara being like a trash girl, and I'm like, I like the trash characters. And so I've updated my icons because of this, but I have a screenshot, and I'm gonna try to pull it up because I thought it was really funny because they like always do the girls' night segment thing, so they go and pick her up from the trash dimension Raven sent her to, and she's like, "Fine, I'll come with you to get out of here." And then they like come up with this this image, if I can make it fit. And it's just her in the trash bin. I'm like, wait, but that's perfect. That's literally
it's fantastic.
trash. I know, it's the trash queen. So I've just been using that as my icon now.
Very good.
My trash child makes me so happy. Just seeing them together and working together and happy. I'm like, give her the redemption, damn it. Greg Weisman, it's all up to you. You're all I have left.
Nice.
Young Justice season 3 second half soon. I have to catch up and finish that, but I'll probably be watching that episode the next episode tomorrow, because I'm watching along with the Whelmed podcast as they do episodes. And the past 2 episodes have been interview episodes instead of review episodes, so I've been like behind on catching up, but
yeah,
it's fun. So yeah, there was that too. I forgot to talk about that. I had to talk about my anime adjacent trashy fanfic loving heart.
Yeah.
Because
nice.
It made me very emotional yesterday. And then when I was tweeting about it, some guy like was like answering my stuff and being like, yeah, I really hope, because there's a Teen Titans Go and original Teen Titans crossover event thing, like a special episode happening or something eventually. And so I tweeted like, oh, I didn't know that was happening. That's cool. My weird theory that there might be a crossover if Young Justice makes a Teen Titans team as well with all 3 might actually come true. And this guy's like, oh yeah, it might, like this event's happening, and I really hope it'll bring back season 6 of both Teen Titans Go and the new Teen Titans, because they'd sync up on 6 seasons. And it's like, yeah, it really needs to come back. And I forget what I said. I think I said something like, yeah, I'm kind of worried that there's not a viewership to be able to hold Titans, Teen Titans, and Teen Titans Go and Young Justice all at once. And keep them there for longevity. And the guy's just like, there is. And I happen to notice he's followed by Greg Weisman, the writer for Young Justice. I'm like, wait a second. It's like, he's a voice actor, a new up and coming one, but like, does he know something? Like, this is some weird vague tweeting stuff for someone followed by industry people.
Yeah. Huh.
So who knows?
Interesting.
It could just be a fan. He could just be like a fan like me, because lots of these people into it are fans too. So
yeah, true.
But yeah, that's me geeking for a bit, because I needed to get that Teen Titans out of my system.
Yeah, you gotta.
So good. Sorry to interrupt you for that. I remembered it. I remembered the trash. I needed to take out the trash. But yes, please continue. I'm all ears.
Yeah. So yeah, the one currently airing thing I watched this week was Sasam, the Ikuhara show about Kappa, and it's continuing to be weird. It's like getting a little formulaic, because every episode has had kind of the same pattern from one thing to the next, but it's like it's all the in-between bits that make each episode unique that are really well done and really good, so it's okay. the one thing I do really want to shout out about it is that it's like very overtly queer. Like the new episode is a boy straight up talking about having a crush on another boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like how he's just getting more and more obviously gay. Like,
Yeah.
started off with Utena, which I guess the parts of it being repetitive, formulaic,
Yeah.
that carries over. Goes to lesbian bear storm, where it's in the name, and then it's kind of obvious, but it's bears wanting to eat girls or something.
Yeah.
Cannibalism is hot. It's eating them out.
Something.
We're banned on YouTube. We've been demonetized. I made the joke.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh.
And now it's just, yeah, I have a crush on this other boy. It's like, we're past subtext.
Yeah.
This is Domtext.
Mm-hmm.
That was a terrible joke.
That was.
God. That's the one that gets us demonetized.
Yeah. So yeah, that show's good.
It's living up to my friends. What did they say? They once told me, no subtext. We die like queers. For writing fanfic.
I'd like it.
It's fitting. No more subtext. We die like queers.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, and then the only other thing I watched was Revolutionary Girl Utena. I started watching that again.
Fitting.
A couple more episodes of that, and I finally got past the bad second arc, which was totally filler and really boring and dull to get through. But now I'm back into the real stuff, and it's extremely good. So yeah.
It's so hard to read that manga. I've owned it for so long.
You own the manga? You
Yeah,
haven't read it?
I got it on sale for like $30 Canadian, and it's like the box set, the really nice one that's like $70. But I haven't gotten around to reading it. I told you I'm working on my backlog. I finished Complex Age this week and like 2 other series. So
Yeah.
so I'm doing good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening. I've been really good about reading my stuff when I get it.
Yeah.
Except for the stuff from the book sale, because I think I only got 1 volume 1. Which, like, damn.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of does it for me this week. I don't even have anime adjacent things to talk about. I don't know.
Got any more Ikuhara stuff to talk about?
No.
What about Endgame? We can go back to that.
Yeah.
It was relevant.
Oh, it's been years since I've seen a Marvel movie, so I have no idea what's even going on anymore.
Well, Ant-Man, you see,
Yeah.
is gonna stop Thanos. No.
Aha. Okay.
So
Go on.
So in Game of Thrones, the dude who controls the White Walkers or whatever is going to be beaten by Ant-Man. No.
Yeah.
Who's
So
a
Ant-Man
small,
shows up.
who's a character in that who can I don't know the characters in that. Who's someone that'd be really scary to be one of the dragons?
Sure. Yeah, dragon.
So the
That's scary.
dragon's going to crawl up his butt and then expand.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, that doesn't. The dragons are all much bigger than everyone else.
I don't know
very much.
anything about this. I don't know how big the thing that controls the zombie things is.
Oh. Yeah, he's just a man. He's the
No,
dude.
He's just
I
a
don't
dude.
know.
Oh, it's Bloody Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's just Bloody
Actu-
Rose.
Actually,
Actually, wait a second.
I'm seeing some parallels in my mind now.
They just stole it. Obviously, it hasn't
Yeah.
been in the works for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Evil person resurrecting a dragon skeleton to fight for them. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Oh. Wait, we're actually getting into spoilers now. Shit.
That
That's
for Game
not
of
last
Thrones.
episode, right?
No, I haven't seen any of the new episodes.
Yeah.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Oh,
which
wow.
At this point, it's 5 years or something. I don't know.
A
So, yeah.
lifetime ago. Back
Yeah.
when Supernatural is on the air.
Yeah.
Is that over yet? The last season was airing,
well,
right?
I have no idea. Don't
God.
ask me anything about Supernatural. I have
End of
no idea.
So The series has been renewed for a 15th and final season. Okay, there's one last season coming.
Oh my god.
One last 15 years, over a decade. Man, I was watching
Oh.
from season 1 and then I stopped at season 5. Season
Starting
5 was
2005. Oh god.
season 5 was the original planned end, and the main showrunner like left after that, so I stopped watching
Oh.
because I really liked the ending of season 5.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Hmm.
But yeah, I haven't looked at any of the others, which there's so many.
Yeah.
God,
Oh.
how are those actors gonna cope after I have to play someone else? You're typecast because you've been doing it for a decade. You're screwed.
Oh no.
They can probably just retire, honestly. They're probably rich. Like,
Yeah. Probably.
so speaking of Supernatural, have you ever watched the Supernatural anime?
There's a supernatural anime. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there actually is. Like, it was really weird because for the dub they got the two leads to actually do the voice acting, except they couldn't get one of them to until like the very, very last 3 episodes or something, so his voice just suddenly changes.
Huh.
I think it's sort of an original-ish story following like a remake of the best episodes and some original episodes.
That's
Some
weird.
prologue episode stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was big in Japan. Yeah. So Dean Winchester, like Ferrara Andrew, I think, played him till like the last 2 episodes. Then Jensen Ackles took over. Where for Sam, it was just Jared Padalecki the whole way through. Which is neat that they got the actual voice actors for most of it, except for Dean for half.
Yeah.
Which is a bit jarring. 22 episode OVA.
Wow.
Studio Madhouse.
Huh.
You want to watch some... Technically there's 15 seasons already then if you count this.
Oh.
It's like weirdly over the top stylistic.
Mm.
It's very dark. The style actually reminds me a bit of some other stuff that I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Supernatural's so weird. It's like these 20 episode seasons, and for some reason in 2007 season 3 is like 16 episodes. Was that when they did the workers strike? Is that how long ago that was, and is that why they have so many less episodes?
That might be.
Strike 2000. The workers, yeah, the America strike limited it. Jeez, you can historical landmarks in cinema you can see by the episode counts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, did Walking Dead start in 2007 too then?
I don't think it did.
Because they had issues with their first season because of... Oh no, 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had issues
later.
with their first season because of a...
Because it was a strike. Yeah.
is the second one.
Yeah.
That's still ongoing.
Anyway.
When's
Shall
our
we,
Walking Dead anime?
Oh, never, hopefully.
We have so many zombie anime, actually.
Yeah.
Like, the Sarah Zanmai is kind of a zombie anime.
I mean, there are things called zombies in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway. Shall we move on to a book club?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right.
I can make a Sarah Zanmai joke, but I just go watch Giga's video. He does it.
Oh, okay. So should we start with Sirius or with Gun Parade?
I'm fine with either. So.
All right. We'll just start with Sirius because it comes first in my notes.
All right. Makes it nice and easy.
Yeah. This episode had me ask one of questions to myself, like, have I not been paying enough attention, or is this actually weird? Like,
okay.
Wait, say that again?
I said okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me hear this out. What is so weird about it? What is?
Well, it was like, because there's stuff like Willard just showing up at the Alma Trading Company, kind of for no reason, just to talk, and then
he was scouting. He's scouting for information.
For what?
It's mentioned. He's like, that's where he got the information about. He got that they were selling a new weapon from him.
Yeah,
that's
but like he didn't know that going in though.
Yeah, but that's why he went in.
He just showed up. So like, he just showed up like, I'm gonna just see what I can learn. That's it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe they'll just tell me something.
Yeah. And he
That seems
did.
like a
He did. That's sometimes you have to
yeah.
just try it.
I uh, see.
Also,
Willard doesn't strike me as the character that would do that though. He
mm,
seems like the guy that would have a plan. He's like, no, this is we're gonna be doing some spy stuff. We're gonna
mm,
covert action or something, right?
he
I don't
might
know.
have, because he runs into the officer there. He might have actually followed the officer in,
Mm.
knowing the officer was looking into them, seeing him looking into Alma, be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, clearly they knew Alma was involved. Like, they
Hmm.
figured that out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably how much. Also, I have a theory.
Hmm.
So, all the vampires are super extra, right? Like, Mikhail, like,
Yes.
he's got his hair, like, flamboyant. We get introduced to. Oh, what's his name?
I have no idea.
Yevsev or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Yevsev.
that guy.
Yeah. And his entourage, and they're the most extra looking motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
they're just like. They're like from some gothic, like. Like if you went to some like live theater party watch of
Hmm.
Adam's Family, that's what they would dress up like, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's so over the top, it's so extra. You know
Hmm.
who looks so much more extra from his first appearance?
Who?
Willard, with his
Mm.
hair and no mustache, and he was white haired back then and still is, but can fight and run and is
Yeah.
fit and old.
Mm. And this is the episode where they talked about they're like the two types of vampires. And there's one type that can just go out in the sun and you would
Yep.
never know that they're
Yep.
a vampire.
Yeah. What if Willard is a vampire?
What if? Oh.
And what if he gets his blood just like donated from the others, or from maybe he goes and kills people? We don't know.
Hmm.
I liked the whatchamacallit party though.
The Hyako party?
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna cut off our funding? All right, time to fuck you up, stupid
Cut off our
vampires.
funding, we'll cut off you.
Yeah, they're just like, let's go kill some vampires.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess they hire humans with money too. Ha! How funny. Just like, they're a little out there.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Hyako party is kind of another thing where like on the edges there seem kind of the reasons they're doing anything seem kind of nebulous. Like they want to go back to Japan to go back to the old ways, right? And they were working with the vampires for reasons, but like I don't know, it just seems like they're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of exist to be in the story. I don't know.
Yeah, I at first thought it was like a Japanese chapter of vampires
Mhm.
because of how, like, he just punched that one vampire right through the wall
Yeah.
for killing him, which could still be potential, but maybe
Mhm.
like just him as a leader because they're calling them monsters. He's like, yeah, you guys were paying us, so we just took your money.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't plan to actually make a deal with you. We just took the money because why wouldn't we? Now we'll
Mhm.
kill you. There we
Yeah.
go. Right? Like, it kind of makes some sense.
So yeah, I really loved Ryuko in this episode. She
Mm.
was very good.
She's
I
trying
did-
so hard.
Yeah.
She's gonna get killed doing stuff like that.
Almost certainly.
I'm having flashbacks to Taboo Tattoo.
Oh no,
Oh,
you never want that.
No.
Yeah, and I really liked it when they were at dinner and Dorothy and Philip kept teasing Ryuko. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
They're just like, oh ho ho, you see that?
yeah,
Oh, I like their whole group's dynamic and how they're playing off it. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
it is.
I like that
Ah,
Dorothy is getting some more time in these episodes to
yeah,
build her
that's
character
good.
a bit. Hopefully she doesn't die though, because she might just die here.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And I'm
Honestly.
seeing some death flags and I'm worried.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
But
Mm.
yeah, Frankenstein is here.
Yeah. Frankenstein showed up. killed a whole group of army people and is now on a train taking a nap or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Relaxing, chillaxing, acting all cool, playing some b-ball outside the school.
Yeah. So yeah.
B-ball Frankenstein. God.
Oh. So yeah. And then there was one little detail at the end. This is a very small thing, but when Yuli is on that train and the girl's juggling, and the ball goes near him and he picks it up and she says thank you, but she says, thank you, Oni-chan, calls him Oni-chan, and then
Oh,
literally right
yeah.
immediately his brother shows up. Like, oh, that's like just to kind of drive the point home. She
Yeah.
called him brother, and then
Yeah.
the brother, like, oh, that's good.
Oh, I wonder if they're just gonna have a chat. What's gonna
Mm.
happen? Clearly, some people are gonna start dying probably on this train ride.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I bet this train gets derailed, literally.
Yeah, and Willard and the others are going to the wrong place, right?
I
They,
don't know.
I don't think they contacted them, so I
No, they
think they're
didn't.
going to where everyone was murdered still.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like the kind of show where they might just miraculously show up at the right place.
They'll be like
Because I mean,
waiting at a train crossing, see it go by with everyone fighting. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it's like, oh wait, we should get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there was like the scene when the undercover guy, the black hair guy, he like got a call from uh one of his people back in the office, and they're like, "Oh, we intercepted a radio transmission that the weapon demonstration went bad," and it's like, "Oh, that's very convenient."
I didn't think it was intercepted. I thought it was a report to them.
They said something like they
Yeah.
intercepted a radio
I
signal.
guess they were watching because
Yeah.
they had their thing. I actually realized what is going to happen. They're going to the wrong place.
Hmm.
But they're going to where the Hyako party's going, who are looking for Western vampires.
Oh.
And will find Willard, Philip, and Fallon.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah.
Huh.
They'll find those three and all the dead Japanese soldiers.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes, because that's where they're going right now. Also, the information broker, do we think he's suspect at all?
The information broker?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy in the bar?
Yeah.
Mm,
He's selling blood in those cups to Willard, and that's how Willard's surviving as a vampire without drinking.
Oh.
No. Oh, I'm onto you.
yeah.
Crazy theory for the season.
No, I bet that guy gets killed.
Probably. Because, yeah, it's like the death flag. It's like, don't look into it too much. Like, it's dangerous. These people are dangerous. They're vampires. It's like, oh, shit. That does sound dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's about all I got for this episode. Oh, we did see the upside down vampire elders.
Oh, yeah.
That was very funny.
It's like, if we die out, we die out. I guess that's just the way. It's like they're really chill about potential series extinction. And how does this art stop them from dying out? And how are they dying out? Is it just like they can't make as many more elders anymore or something?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. We shall see. But yeah, that's all I got for Sirius this week.
Yeah, that's I think all I got. Oh yeah, poor Ryoko leaving her peg on the wrong train.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when she was talking to the guy about getting a new ticket, she had some very good facial expressions.
Yeah.
It's extremely good.
I'm expecting the next episode to start off with Dorothy running into her and paying for her ticket.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, snap, there you are. Here's your ticket.
Yeah.
Type thing. And then being like, what are you doing here? And then Yuli and his brother are probably going to get into some kind of, maybe not a scuffle, but they'll like talk a bit. And the detective's probably going to notice and be like, ooh, that's fishy.
Yeah. Huh.
Then or he dies.
Yeah. Over that.
He's like going to meet the general, who's probably dead or turned into a vampire at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Delivering Frankenstein to the Emperor, which they think they're trying to assassinate. Oh, well,
Mm.
look at that.
Yeah. Huh. So yeah, we should find out what happens next week. But yeah. How about that gun parade, huh?
Nothing happened. This
Mm.
show was a lot more slice of life than I was expecting.
Yeah. I bet that stuff is front loaded because
Probably.
they did a lot of explaining stuff and
Mm.
like setting things up, and so I bet we're gonna have a lot of action in the next several episodes.
They
A
tried.
lot of things happening.
Yeah, they tried to really push. Oh yeah, they've had loss and they feel lost, but it
Hmm.
didn't really work. If they maybe mentioned the character in the previous episodes, like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming up on his death anniversary, but instead it's just like, oh yeah, I guess that happened a year ago.
Yeah. That
Oh, I'm
was.
so sad now. It's like it felt really disingenuous.
Yeah.
But the one thing I liked is he tried to go back for his buddy who dies, and then
Mhm.
because he died when what's her name Mio
Oh yeah.
almost dies, he like tries to save her too,
Mm.
because it's like he doesn't leave anyone behind, especially after seeing that, and I kind of like that.
Hmm. That's good.
Hmm.
It is. Yeah. It was one thing that I liked about this episode was in the beginning when it he was watching like a news broadcast or something, and they started explaining the student draft system
Hmm.
and how there was like the government passed a thing to lower the age of the draft so that like high schoolers would be in it, because there's something in mech anime that's always like a really important thing to try and look at is like who is piloting the
Hmm.
mechs and who has access to those, and like why, like not just who has it but like why are they allowed to have that access. And so in this case, we've now seen who has the mechs, and we know who is putting them in there, but we don't really know the why. And so I'm really interested in seeing like,
Well, the mechs are to fight the monsters. Is the
well, yeah, but
wire.
like, but I mean, not why do they have mechs, period, but like why are they putting high schoolers in
Oh.
the mechs? You know, like why did they pick these
Yeah, yeah.
kids?
Well, I think they said they need more men, but
Yeah, but like there are a lot of men,
I
like, and
guess.
they're,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
seems like it was kind of implied by what's his name, obnoxious boy. He's like,
oh yeah,
they're like, well, you could
whatever.
have denied the draft and gone into a different training. It's like, yeah, and be stuck in it for 20 years. So maybe it's
Yeah.
like you work only a few years in the draft versus a ton outside of it.
Hmm. Maybe. Yeah. That was such a weird little line. Like the way that the phrasing of that conversation happened, I was like, wait, did it seem like I wasn't sure if that was what that was implying or not. I think it was
I watched the
because it
dub, so
was.
it's a little hard to tell.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
there was a few things about that too, especially in the dub, the way he said it. Because I don't know if it was how many years ago that law came into effect, but
Yeah.
the rich boy said something like, I'm unlucky, or my 21 unlucky years or something. It's like, is he 21 already? Like,
Yeah.
I
I
was
don't
really
know.
confused by that.
It was weird. It
Mm.
was, I guess, weird translation stuff at that scene.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I also, I happened to look up the Gun Parade Orchestra, the other season, that's like 22 episodes.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, it's based around a different squad that's like a defense squad that's supposed to defend the cities.
Huh. Okay.
Which so it's like same world but like a different position in
Yeah.
the military, which seems pretty neat.
Yeah. That seems cool.
And because it came out later, it's probably slightly better.
Yeah. So yeah. And God, the one thing I really didn't like in this episode was the rooftop party. Like all the
Oh
girls just
yeah,
prepared this surprise party for the dudes, and they got all dressed up in their traditional clothes, and the dudes were like, ugh.
right. It's
It's like,
today,
ugh.
and then they immediately brought it down like, oh yeah, the 1 year anniversary of his death.
Yeah.
Um, is it Mio? Yeah,
Sure.
Mayan Mio that pissed me
Oh
off.
yeah.
Like Mio replaced him like a year ago. It's like that's a death flag. I'm certain she's gonna die because it like shows her seat with the
Mhm.
like flower and for passing away. I'm like that's a death flag. But could you imagine the immediate replacement of one guy being killed? Like no one else dies, just this one seat is cursed.
Mhm.
This is what it feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know. They keep doing this stuff to try to build characterization, but it's like so episodic
Yeah.
with no hints before that it like doesn't really work. Like we didn't really see nearly as much of the girls trying to like push their development, except the unlucky girl, of course.
Mhm.
That was really it.
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Then there was the one last thing I've got is the tiny bit of world building at the end when they're talking about the cars.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
see
yeah.
like, oh, that's a gasoline car. Like, oh, it's like rare. It's only for VIPs. So it's like, oh,
They're so much better than electrics, which is funny because that's completely opposite from how it happened. Now electrics are like super expensive and fancy. It's like, oh, you got a Tesla with
yeah.
all the custom stuff. Oil costs too much.
Mm. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting little world detail that they squeeze in.
Yeah.
It was cool. So yeah, this show, I'm not sure I'm ready to call it good or bad,
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
just
interested in it.
Just
I'm
kind of a show right
intrigued.
now.
I'm super intrigued in this. I really want to see what happens next, but
Yeah.
not in like a because I really like it or anything.
Yeah, I'm interested in the plot and world, but I don't care about the characters at all, and that's a problem. It's like, huh, a limousine to pick up Mai. You don't think she's from that Shibamura family? Like, no, not at all. It's like, yes, you idiots, she is. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
how?
Mm. I wonder if Shibamura is maybe like a really common name or something. It might make more sense then.
Maybe it's just like, oh, are you from the Shibamura family? No, no,
No,
no.
it's a different
no.
rich Shibamura family actually.
But then
We
it's
get
like,
that a lot.
How many super rich Shibamuras are there, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. As soon as that money comes into play, that car thing reminds me of what's it called?
Mm.
Dimension W a bit, because
Oh,
the guy who hates the energy devices that pull energy from like a third dimension only drives gas cars. That's what he spends his entire paycheck on, is gasoline and gas cars, because they're super expensive, but he's like, he refuses to use them.
huh. Weird.
I forget what they're called, and he hunts like illegal black market
Yeah,
power sources because they can destroy reality,
yeah.
which is really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
I wonder if there'll be something like that in this, some weird
Mm-hmm.
like reason that's like, oh yeah, the electric cars have like this chance to like attract the monsters or something. Actually, then you wouldn't want many of them at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't want them at all then.
I really wonder what, like, because it's like they're attacking and destroying the world, and it's like we randomly just see them like at random cities, and they the weird thing to me is they never seem to scan to find the like brain. They're just like, alright, send in all the troops.
Yeah, that's
Alright, someone's located the brain, now pull everyone out. It's like,
yeah,
that seems like you're gonna get a lot of people killed that way.
yeah. That seems like a weird way to do things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's like, when the first squad's all wiped out because they did that, the second squad comes in, it's like, well, we know where it is and how to kill it, so we can just kill it, right?
Yeah,
It's like, oh. It's a bit weird, their strategies here, but I guess they're a bunch of high school students trying to do it, so
mm-hmm.
you're kind
I
of
don't know.
screwed.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping this show picks up a bit
Mhm.
because I don't know. I need something, but
Yeah, it's like the first episode started out really interesting and neat,
Yeah.
and then it's just not done anything for 2 episodes, and it's like,
yeah, it's just been too meandering.
yeah, at least it hasn't been pushing like slaves deserve to be slaves.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
God.
none
Yeah.
of that, so we're good. It's
Oh, I just realized I didn't ever mention this, but I watched the 3rd episode of Value, and
oh,
it's still bad. They invent mashed potatoes. She introduces potatoes to the human world and then tells them how to make mashed potatoes. It's awful. I don't
show
know
them how
why.
to make potato chips.
Yeah. That show's not good.
No, that
Anyway.
doesn't sound good.
I'm not going to watch any more of that. Oh, anyway. So yeah, I think that's about it for this week, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it for me as well.
Yeah. All right.
I guess the there's one other thing I did this week.
Oh,
I read Life is Strange fan fictions.
nice.
I haven't in a while. They're good.
Yeah.
I just kind of realized the reason Life is Strange 2 isn't that popular.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ships.
Oh,
Fandom
yeah.
can't build ships out of it. Like,
Because it's about two brothers,
it's
right?
just him and his brother. There is another female character who's like interested in the main brother, but she's like halfway around the country and only phones sometimes.
Oh,
It's just like there's
dang.
Life is Strange 1 was so good because there's all the really gay ships.
Yeah.
And you had like this ongoing cast of characters you could see grow. This you only see two characters kind of growing right now.
Dang.
Yeah. I want a
Phew.
Life is Strange anime. That's where I'm going with this. Give me a Life is Strange anime, please. I think it could be so good, honestly.
That would be.
You know, like you could do all kinds of time shenanigan bullshit, put episodes out of order and stuff.
That would be weird. I'd be into that.
Yes. Yeah, come on, someone do it. They're probably like, just play the game.
Yeah.
It's like, you make anime of every other visual novel.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a French one. I mean, it's basically a visual novel, honestly.
Yeah.
I always get so annoyed when people are like, oh, like, the West made this. It's like, no, it didn't. Right? It's like Telltale Games. West, it's like, this is kind of just a visual novel. It's like,
Yeah.
Doki Doki. Breaking new ground for visual novels and the genre. It's like, actually, there's been lots of visual novels that have done similar things.
Yeah.
Like, just because you can't see them that much because they're not mainstream, because they're not translated properly or
Yeah.
efficiently, like, they do exist, though. Actually, I think, was it Analog a Hate Story, which is on Steam, was, like, a girl who, like, when you try to do other girls' routes, comes and, like, gets pissed at you or something. Like,
That sounds right.
Yeah, there's similar stuff that happens. And, so, rant of the day. Finish it off. I just keep seeing people, and the reason I've been thinking about this, I keep seeing people going like, man, remember when Free was made because of that commercial that people, like, on Tumblr blew up? We made such a big deal about it, they made an anime of it? It's like, that's not what happened. It's not what happened. So, Free is actually based on a light novel.
Yeah.
That was sent to KyoAni for some, like, award thing. It got an honorable mention. Animation Doe, which is owned by the same people who own KyoAni and basically does a bunch of their backup work, announced like a year before that commercial that was their next project. They put out the commercial. It blew up, and KyoAni is like, okay, we're doing this under the KyoAni name because it's gonna have a ton of like drive, right? And we'll put some more KyoAni staff on it, make it real good. And then 4 months later, the anime came out. It's like, I don't know much about anime, but 4 months for that level of quality seems like an insane turnaround time. I'm pretty sure they were already, like, very far into the creation process, just under Animation Doe. And if anything, the explosion just made KyoAni step in and do more. But it definitely, the West did not make it. And it really kind of annoys me that people, like, try to push that idea sometimes. And just, like, make up mythos about stuff. Because it comes back in really awful ways, like right now, saying the Vic thing is why Funimation can't be shown in Japan. Like, how stupid are you? Stuff like that I've just been seeing a lot. And I just wanted to make a little rant about it because it's bugging me. Like, we do push some stuff. The West does influence a lot, right? Like, there's more and more stuff being announced in, like, Western anime conventions. You know, Netflix is pushing a whole lot of stuff to be created. Crunchyroll is. We do have an influence. We just don't have as much by reblogging stuff on Tumblr. Quite so much, right? Like, it's more like companies have a lot. But yeah. Anyways, that's my rant of tonight. Right. Oh wait, I have one more rant at you. You did your new speed game while I was at work.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't watch.
Because it's 5 hours long. I had to do it. It was the only time I could do it.
I'm at work for 8 hours.
Yeah, but I only had that 5 hour time to do
I
it.
know, I'm teasing.
Yeah,
Next time, some other time.
yeah.
How was it?
It's fun.
Lots of boating?
Yeah, lots of boating. Because you need to have a frame rate of 90 FPS or higher to do the trick that lets you skip all the boat stuff.
Oh,
And I only get like 30 FPS,
I didn't
so
know
I
there-
spend a lot of time on boats.
I didn't know there was a trick to skip it all.
Oh yeah, it's really funny looking.
Oh, I can't speedrun it now because you don't have to use the boat.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, you can use the boat. It's just significantly slower,
Yeah.
at like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Should find a clip of that trick. It's really silly looking.
As good as
Yeah.
horse tilting?
Pretty much. I mean, you stand on a rock and stare at the ground, and then strafe to the side, and you go flying. It's very silly.
So the real question: when is our cute girls doing cute things slice of life anime about speedrunners?
Oh, can't wait. I'm so excited.
I actually want that so bad. Like,
I'm sure we'll get that someday.
yeah, I watched some of the pace finals. They were not good.
What's pace?
It's like the GSA that totally should not be named GSA because
Yeah.
why would you name it after the most common like gay
Oh.
advocacy group
Yeah.
acronym? That's just dumb. That's like naming your group NASA.
Yeah.
North America Speedrun Assembly. It's like, what is with speedrunners and doing that? It's so dumb.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand about NASA is they did that on purpose because they thought it was a good meme. So.
I really hope they didn't name it GSA because they thought GSA was a good meme. That would really...
I don't know.
I think they're just stupid and none of them actually know anything about, like, GSA.
Yeah.
I think they're all a bunch of straight people.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard some shit about the GSA people, so
yeah, they're not
it
good.
wouldn't surprise me if they. Yeah. Oh.
They're not good. But yeah, I watched the finals of, like, their first major tournaments and they weren't very good.
Oh. What a surprise.
Awkward. Yeah.
Hmm.
They were all just like completely blown out stomps.
Nice.
Which is really funny because the actual bracket stages weren't for most of the games, like, or it was really weird. It was the Celeste ones and every single match was like 3-1 or 4-0 in the bracket stage and then the finals were 3-0. But like
Nice.
it was almost like a round robin of who beat who, right? Like Chai Kitty beats Flatter V beats TGH beats Chai Kitty. Like this complete like loop, but but it was still all 3-1s and 4-0s. Like they were all each matchup was one sided, but then overall it wasn't. It was just really dumb. It was like whoever won the first game just won the whole thing, and there's no point watching because it's like 4 games each, 4 runs each, which is so much.
That's a lot.
Where it's like best of 3 Super Mario Odyssey. That's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that much.
Speedrun competitions. I think they're a bad idea.
Yeah,
Hot take.
they were like talking about the Odyssey. They're like they agreed to stay on this patch, so if anything was found in the new patch, it wouldn't be used. It's like I won't agree to that. Fuck that. Like it's like so no one pulls out some secret strats. Like fuck that. Pull out some secret strats. That adds juicy drama and fun. Like I don't know. I like at that you're defeating the point of being a competition.
Yeah.
But
wow, people trying to turn speedrunning into a competition is bizarre to me.
yeah, doesn't really work.
Yeah. But anyway, we should probably wrap up our anime podcast now.
Yeah, we did our anime adjacent. Give us the speedrunning anime.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can, if you want speedrunning anime, then you can tune into twitch.tv/Sasam every Monday nights.
I don't speedrun.
No, but our show, it's speedrunning anime.
Is it?
That's what this is. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Our reviews are speedrunning anime.
Yeah.
2-minute anime lore or whatever that series is. Let's go.
Yeah. Then or you can watch the show on Shenanimegans.moe and subscribe to that YouTube channel. And you can join our Discord, shenanigans.moe/Discord, and follow us on Twitter at SaySomeBots. And that's it for us this week for episode 5 of season 9.
Wait,
no, episode
five.
4.
Four. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, I
Oh.
missed an episode? What?
Yeah.
Wait, how could I miss an episode? Wait,
Yeah, I did an episode without you. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, we'll just mix it with the other lost episode.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's all
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching and take care.
See you next week.